With the Roblox parkour, also known as the obbying community, growing bigger every day, we're bound to see some people who push the boundaries, either by cheating, using advanced scripts, and then playing the completions off as legitimate, or sick obbyists that manipulated and groomed other innocent Roblox players. The Roblox obbying community is usually pretty respectable, but there are some obbyists that stick out from the majority, and not in a good way. These are some of the most hated obbyists on Roblox. Before we start this video, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. My goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and only a small portion of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you could hit that red button, you'd help out my channel a lot. Anyway, let's get back into the video. Akira was an obbyist who gained a lot of recognition between the years of 2019 and 2020. Together with popular obbyist Con 2005, Akira was dominating the obbying scene at the time, beating extremely difficult obbies such as the Conquering. Although, Akira was kind of weird when people started looking into what they were doing. Akira used to make explicit thumbnails of their Roblox character for some of the completions they did, which is quite creepy and messed up if you think about it. This wasn't all though, since Akira had a Twitter account called Just Kawaki, where they posted Rule 34 of their Roblox character. If you don't know what Rule 34 is, it's basically explicit images of animated characters from games, cartoons, or anime. Even though this is weird to do and really creepy, it didn't really affect the obbying community that much. But when Akira gained the hatred was in summer of 2021. Most people might already know this story, but if you're new to obbying, I'll have my video on this situation linked in the description. In 2021, an obbyist called Marcus Terry broke out onto the scene, beating insanely hard obbies that had never been beaten before, with obbies such as Anata Waharbemasu and Bagdare Benjamin being beaten by Marcus. People started to get really skeptical when Marcus uploaded a video of beating a horrific tower called Tower of Vacant Hindrances, which had never been beaten before. Although, he wasn't even done there, since he would go on to beat Roblox's most infamous obby, Stairway to Heaven. The community was divided on Marcus, with one half thinking he is legit, but the other thinking he is using cheats. As it turned out, the Marcus Terry account was not legit and actually ran by two people, one being Wathek and the other being Akira. They used an advanced replay system that allowed the player to replay their movements at a later time. Akira would do the jumps since they had the raw skill to do so, and Wathek would replay it in an actual obby in its full length, with a ton of people watching. This script was made public to the community, which almost killed the obby community entirely, since people could just use the script and it would look like a completely legit run. All the people who still had respect for Akira had completely changed their minds, and some smarter obbyists examined Akira's legitimate runs, and turned out that a lot of them were faked as well. Akira is hated because they cheated, but this next obbyist is hated for a completely different reason. Bob Can Obby and Build, or Bob for short, was an obbyist in around late 2021 to early 2022. When he first joined the community, many people had respect for him, since Bob was a Roblox obby builder with high quality obbies that many enjoyed playing. His unique build style really stuck out to a lot of people, even including me. So his obbies gained attention quite fast, but this popularity gain might have caused the downfall of Bob. When Bob finally started joining Discord servers and communicating with the community, people realized that he just wasn't normal. Bob used to say that he's the best obby builder, and no one can build as good as him, which already made Bob quite unlikable, since being this narcissistic is just not good at all. With people befriending Bob, mostly wanting to learn how to build, Bob would start really weird conversations with them. I personally have had conversations with Bob where he tells me that he can cure any disability with his mind, and when he was born, he tore out his umbilical cord. And throughout all these conversations, Bob was always 100% serious and didn't mean it as a joke. Bob quickly started to get known as an absolute psychopath and that there was something wrong with him. Bob would always make conversations about himself, stating that he has an IQ of 300 and that he has the greatest mind in the world. But something that was quite funny though was Bob telling people that he can't make friends in real life due to them being too dumb for him and that they don't understand him and aren't on the same level as him. After a while, people also started finding stuff about his hobbies that were kind of off. He usually made them really quickly and could make up to 4 hobbies every single day. People in the hobby community respect builders who dedicate time into building a great and detailed hobby. But it turned out that Bob was simply copy and pasting bricks and simply hoping they looked good, which is quite ridiculous after months of listening to him say that he's the best hobby builder. Bob also used to make diss tracks to people he either considered threats or haters, with insane tunes like this being made.
People of lesser mind, generally negative Americans, can't blame them, they live in misery, fat and ugly, obese with tummies cause
I'd say Bob isn't really hated. He's more of just a punching bag in the community and someone that no one wants to talk to. Austin959, also known as simply Austin, was an hobbyist in the popular obbying game JATO from mid-2020 to mid-2023. At first, Austin was a fairly respected and well-known person in the community, with a lot of people talking about him in a positive way. During the first few years of Austin joining the JATO community, there weren't really any issues surrounding him. He just seemed like a regular hobbyist. But a few years later, when Austin was gone from the community, a ton of people would surface telling how Austin had manipulated, suicide baited, and done other sick things to casual hobbyists. Austin made people feel horrible about themselves on a daily basis by faking panic attacks and telling teenagers to do erotic roleplay with him, which I won't go too in depth with for obvious reasons. People saying he made their lives hell and even making some people depressed. Austin can be compared to Bob in some ways, with his psychopathic and sick behavior, although Bob was just a punching bag that no one took seriously, while Austin built up his reputation and started manipulating the people who trusted him. There were also accusations that Austin groomed young hobbyists in the community, but I didn't find much about this. Austin has created multiple Discord accounts, trying to join the JATO Discord server. Thankfully, all these attempts miserably failed, resulting in a ban over and over again. Due to his fairly high reputation in the community, he managed to get a tower called Tower of Mechanical Disarray deconfirmed and not added to the game by making false accusations about the creator of the tower, Andromeda. Although later, when horrible information about Austin started surfacing, the tower got reconfirmed. These hobbyists were definitely not normal during their time in the community. And it's important to remember that for every hated hobbyist, there's a great hobbyist with no bad intentions. You can comment down below if I should make a video about Roblox's most loved hobbyist. And again, make sure to subscribe and thanks for watching.